Hey kids! Today we're going to be talking about theropods, a group of dinosaurs that first appeared around 230 million years ago. Some notable theropods that you might know of are Tyrannosaurus rex, velociraptors, and literally every bird that exists today. Yep, everything from emus to parrots to whatever this thing is, descended from dinosaurs. But how did we get from these freaks of nature to our diverse cast of feathered friends that we know and love today? Well, a good place to start is by looking at the two basic divisions of dinosaurs: Saurischia, meaning lizard-hipped, and Ornithischia, meaning bird-hipped. Guess which one of these groups birds descended from? That's right, the lizard-hipped one. What, you thought birds evolved from the guys we call bird hips? Get a clue. Theropods are a group of Saurischian dinosaurs with sharp, curved teeth, long and hollow bones, and 3 toes and claws on each limb. Theropod means beast foot, which, it's real creative, guys. I don't think the people naming dinosaurs ever thought about it for more than 10 seconds. Iguanodon is just named after an iguana. Triceratops literally means 3-horned face, and Stegosaurus means roof lizard, despite the fact that it likely would not have made a very suitable roof. Theropods certainly were beast-like, though. They came in all shapes and sizes, like the Tyrannosaurus rex, the big middle school bully of dinosaurs. The Therizinosaurus, a giant sloth-like raptor with Freddy Krueger claws, and the Microraptor, a small 4-winged dinosaur that might have been capable of powered flight if it was flexible enough to do the splits mid-air. One of the most notable birdie characteristics of theropods was feathers. Most of these guys sported some kind of feathers, which is thought to have been used for warmth and or to attract a beautiful bipedal bride. Everyone always talks about how Jurassic Park got so much wrong. That is definitely true. But they actually probably were right that Tyrannosaurus rex had no feathers. Despite being theropods, fossilized T-Rex skin impressions support the hypothesis that they were featherless and were most likely just scaly creatures. This might be because they just didn't need the thermal insulation, as they were so large that they could easily retain their heat. Or maybe they all wore winter coats, who really knows? Another bird-like feature that has been supported with fossil evidence is brooding. The oviraptor is a dinosaur that was found near the fossils of eggs. The paleontologists that found it took one look at it and decided that it looked pretty suspicious with those eggs and named it Egg Thief. Later studies suggested that the eggs may have belonged to the oviraptor itself, which I feel like, I don't know, come on, you find what is essentially a massive bird sitting on top of eggs in a nest, and your first thought is that it's trying to make a prehistoric omelet? I don't know. It just doesn't really add up to me. Obviously, there's a big difference between the dinosaurs of today and the dinosaurs of yesterday. But if you just describe a theropod, it doesn't sound too far off from a bird. Feathers, brooding, hollow bones, weird lungs, S-shaped necks, 3 beastly claws. But millions of years of evolution had to happen before the appearance of our modern birds, and there were a lot of species in between a chicken and a Spinosaurus. One of these proto-birds is Archaeopteryx. Discovered in Germany in 1861, this fossil was one of the first discoveries that we made that seemed to prove that dinosaurs had evolved into birds. It was long thought to be the closest relative to modern birds, but we've since found that it actually isn't even a direct ancestor of modern birds. However, it probably was a stop on the evolution train of birds, so it's still worth talking about. The skeleton of these guys looks really cool on a beanie. Archaeopteryx was unique because while it flew like a bird and had feathers like a bird, it still had claws on its hands like a dinosaur and a face of a dinosaur with teeth. Birds eventually evolved beaks because they were a lot more aerodynamic, as well as ditching their claws for the same reason. So, really what happened is that over the course of millions of years, theropods got smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually figured out that instead of running at their prey, they could just ambush them from above. Flight is one of the most powerful adaptations in the history of life on Earth, so it's no wonder that it's evolved so many times in so many different species. There are even examples of birds like the tinamou, who are descended from flightless birds and have evolved the ability to fly again. I probably think they're really clever working that one out, and I don't think the other birds have the heart to tell them that they're actually late to the party. The discovery of the ancestors of birds raises a lot of questions. Like, what was the first bird? Was your mom right that dino nuggets and chicken nuggets are the same? And will birds take over the world again like they did millions of years ago? There's no real way to know, but as for me, I'll make sure to keep my bird feeder stocked so I stay on their good side. That's all for today, and make sure to follow Gavin's Academy of Greatness for more informative videos, and pray that the birds don't unionize.